Welcome back to My Life on a GLP-1, the podcast where we keep it real on the true lived experiences being on these medications. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, and as always, I'm joined by the fantastic Sarah. Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Scott. Excited for today's topic. It's a big one, something I think a lot of our listeners are dealing with, even if they don't have a name for it yet.
Exactly. Today we're talking about GLP-1 imposter syndrome. It's that nagging feeling in the back of your mind that your success, your weight loss, isn't really yours, that you haven't truly earned it because you're using a medication.
The feeling that you're a fraud, it's so common.
It really is. And I had a powerful experience with this just last week.
Just last week? Does that mean you have a story for us?
You know I do. So I was clothes shopping, which for years has been a source of dread. But this time, I was walking past sections of the store I hadn't dared to enter in a decade. I picked up a shirt, a size large, not a double XL, and went to the fitting room. And it fit perfectly. But the first feeling wasn't joy. It was guilt. A little voice in my head said, "You're a cheat. This doesn't count." Instead of feeling triumphant, I felt like I'd found a cheat code for a game I was supposed to be playing on the hardest difficulty.
A cheat code. That is the perfect way to describe this. It's that feeling that you're getting away with something, and at any moment someone's going to find you out. It's the classic definition of imposter syndrome, this belief that you're inadequate and a fraud, despite evidence that indicates you're skilled and successful.
Right. And it stems from this myth that it's the medication versus you. People think the drug is doing 100% of the work and we're just passengers.
Of course. But that completely misunderstands how these medications work. The medication is a tool. It quiets the food noise, that constant, obsessive chatter in your brain about your next meal. It helps regulate your hormones and makes the biological environment in your body less hostile to weight loss.
Less hostile is a great way to put it. It levels the playing field, but it doesn't make the choices for you. The medication didn't meal prep my lunches this week. It didn't drag me to the gym when I was tired. And it certainly isn't doing the mental and emotional work that comes with changing your entire relationship with food. That part, that's all us.
Exactly. You're still the one in the driver's seat. The medicine is like having GPS instead of a crumpled, decades-old map. You still have to drive the car. I think this feeling is amplified by the cultural narrative we've all been fed.
Oh, absolutely. The idea that for weight loss to be valid, it has to involve suffering. It has to be this miserable, white-knuckle test of pure willpower. We've been taught that you have to earn it through deprivation and grueling workouts.
Right. It's the no pain, no gain philosophy applied to a medical condition. Nobody tells a diabetic they cheated by taking insulin. Nobody tells someone with high blood pressure they didn't earn a healthy reading because they use medication. But because obesity is so tangled up with morality and willpower in our culture, we treat it differently.
And you see it in how we talk about our own success. I call it qualifier language. We can't just state our accomplishment, we have to diminish it.
Adding that little asterisk.
Exactly. We say things like, yeah, I lost 40 pounds, but it was with Ozempic, so it doesn't really count. Or, thanks, but I had help. We apologize for our success before we even allow ourselves to feel proud of it.
So how do we fight back against that feeling? What are some actionable things our listeners can do to start owning their success?
Okay, first big one, document your efforts, not just your results. Keep a journal. Don't just write down the number on the scale. Write down the walk you took, the healthy meal you cooked, the moment you recognized you were full and stopped eating. All of those are victories. They are tangible proof of your work.
I love that. It shifts the focus from the outcome to the process, which you are in complete control of. My tip would be to reframe your language. When someone compliments your weight loss, your first instinct might be to use that qualifier language. Fight it.
Yes, practice a new response. A simple, "Thank you, I've been working really hard," is powerful. It's true, and it honors your effort. You don't owe anyone an explanation of your medical care.
And finally, recognize the source. That little voice in your head telling you you're a cheat. It's not your authentic voice, it's an echo of decades of toxic diet culture. When you hear it, label it. Say to yourself, that's not me, that's the cultural narrative talking. It helps to separate yourself from the thought and rob it of its power.
That's the perfect way to phrase this. Here's something I didn't see coming and that I hear about often enough to know it's common. For a lot of users, the imposter feeling doesn't peak during the active weight loss phase. It gets louder at maintenance once the dramatic progress is stabilized and the work shifts from losing weight to keeping it off.
I can easily see that. Maintenance has none of that architecture.
During the loss phase, the achievement is visible. The scale moves, people notice. Before and after photos generate real, tangible evidence. There are milestones to mark. The effort has an observable output that feels undeniably yours.
The accomplishment during maintenance is consistency, the daily choices that add up to staying somewhere rather than going somewhere.
The main message for everyone listening is this: your results are real. Your effort is real. Using a medical tool to treat a medical condition does not invalidate your hard work. You are not a fraud, and you deserve to feel proud of every single accomplishment on this journey.
Well said, Scott. You earned it. And a special note to our listeners. Remember, you have worked hard and earned your own success. Appreciate your wins just like we appreciate you joining us every week. Please don't forget to check out Scott's website and book at MyLife on GLP1.com. And don't forget to take a moment and give our podcast a 5-star rating wherever you stream. We appreciate you for taking the time to do that. Now, tell us, Scott, what final advice do you have about this imposter syndrome?
I want to end this the way I think these conversations deserve to end, directly, rather than with something soft and vague about believing in yourself. You deserve the results you've worked for on this journey. Your results are real. Your effort is real. The version of you who stands in a dressing room wearing pants that fit or walks into a doctor's appointment without dread. That version of you was there the whole time. The medication just helped you hear yourself clearly enough to finally say hello. So, on behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Stay strong and always remember to love your journey.